Stirring the coffee with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, coffee made in a South American, Mexican, I don't know what you would call it, one of those sock things that you see in the Spanish stores. So we'll see how that is. Not bad. Not bad. You know these things here? You put the coffee in that, and then you pour the water through it. You see them in the Spanish stores. If you know what this thing is called, I even forget what the name on the package said. If you know what it's called, let me know. Just put your answer down below. I have a friend who swears by that coffee. It's good. It's good. It's not cowboy coffee or French press, but it is good. So I don't want to discourage anyone. And I think it cost me $1.99 at the most. Well, first of all, a big hug to those who lost a loved one, who said goodbye for the last time in the past year. I was thinking about those who have the empty recliner, the empty seat at the dinner table this Christmas, or a phone that's quiet that will never ring again. The first Christmas without a dad, a mom, a child, a husband, a wife is going to be difficult for many of you. I know you've shared with me your losses over the past year. I have no words except God's words that are, I will turn their mourning into gladness. I will give them comfort and joy instead of sorrow. That's from Jeremiah 31. So Merry Christmas, my friends. Your first Christmas without your loved one. I was thinking about you this morning. The squirrels are quite chubby this year, and they fattened themselves up, just like I said. It was going to be a lot of snow, and I'll tell you what, and it's cold during the day. The snow has not melted like it usually has in the past 10 years. This snow stayed around. And the birds and the squirrels got real fat before the snow came. Animal instincts, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Listen to the squirrels, listen to the birds. Watch them, watch what they do. Sometimes they know better than we do, don't they? At the end of this year, many people had a loss, a breakup, or a divorce. So this is my end of the year message to many of those who had that kind of loss. It wasn't a death, but it feels like a death. Many people, single people, feel like that they have what I call relationship PTSD. They carry the wounds and the shell shock from more than one letdown or the big letdown, and they're hesitant to ever move forward with anyone, and they're suspicious of anyone that they encounter who might genuinely be interested in them. Someone who might want to explore a relationship or a marriage, but your relationship PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder from a relationship, from a breakup, from a divorce, keeps you from moving forward. That is natural. That is normal to not want to repeat that pain again. We operate by a pain-pleasure principle. We pursue pleasure. We run from pain. We avoid pain. Many times that pain is generalized. For a man, a woman hurt you through divorce or a breakup. Therefore, all women will hurt you. Any of you who've rescued animals before, you know this. There have been animals that were severely abused, and the sight of any human being makes them either get very, very aggressive, or it makes them kind of cower and crouch. And when you reach your hand out to them, they turn away because their past relationship with a human being was that this hand meant pain for them. It delivered pain. And they need to learn that this hand can deliver comfort and love. Many times they cower and then they snap at you. Snap. People are no different, except this. We're not instinctual creatures. We don't live only on instincts. We have cognition. Yeah. Relationship PTSD. Sounds like a few sessions, doesn't it? Sounds like something that we can really dig deep into. So my heart goes out to those who bear those wounds, bear those memories. I was one of those people at one time. There is a clinical aspect to it, and there also is a, what I call a folk wisdom aspect to it, to the recovery from it. We'll talk about that in the future. 2021 is the year that you get unstuck. Take my word for it. It's the year you get unstuck. For those of you who think you need a business partner, get business coaching. Talk to someone who has been in business, who knows business. If you need a kick in the pants, or if you need to hire an independent contractor to help you get over a hump or do something in that business, you don't need a business partner. Many people get business partners because they just don't have the confidence to move forward on their own. One person will always work harder than the other, always, but they will always get half of the revenue of that business. Save yourself the hassle. Save yourself the future hassles and do it on your own. You don't need a business partner. You don't need a business partner. Do it yourself. And that is one of the things that I will be offering in the future because of the businesses that I've started. I'm very good at working solo. What's the word now? A solopreneur. I guess that's a new word in the past 10 years. After January 1st, I'll be offering that as well. Charles Spurgeon said, "Be thankful for the thorns and the thistles which keep you from being in love with this world and becoming an idolater." It's very consistent with my teaching of have a loose grip on things and people. Loose grip. You have no control over things and people. And it's beautiful just to be a free agent. I sound like Coach Greg Adams now. A free agent and float through life and benefit and give. Freely benefit, freely give. That's the beauty of being free. But when you cling tightly to things and people, the harder you grip, the more those things elude you. I like to say it's like beach sand. You get a handful of beach sand. When you cup it, it stays in your hand. When you squeeze it, all the sand comes out in between your fingers, and then you have nothing left. Loose grip on everything and everybody. Even, it's interesting. Some people say, well, what about your children? You are a steward of your children. And you'll be judged for how you raise your kids. You will. But the reality is this. Some of you have had children taken away from you. I'm talking through death. And that tight grip didn't work too well, did it? With a sick child or a child that had an illness or that died suddenly in an accident. It's terrible. It's horrible. Horrible. And again, this must be heart goes out to you Thursday, Christmas Eve, but anyone who has lost a child, my heart does go out to you. Memories are precious, but sometimes we have to loosen the grip on the memories because they keep us enslaved. And your bondage that you have through memories is your choice. You have the key to the door to that prison cell. And only when you want to get out of it, you can. But sometimes people need to stay in there for a while and grieve. That's called grief, healthy grieving. When you're ready to come out of the bondage, you have the ability to do so, whether it be the death of a loved one, a child, a divorce, a breakup. You can be free. You can wake up one day and say, like you could plan a date. You can say January 15th is a day that I'm going to wake up and be free. And grieve like crazy for the next 2.5 weeks. January 15th comes and you get up, you shower, you look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm free. But you did your grieving. It was necessary. If you don't, here's the flip side. If you don't grieve a death, you're in trouble as well. That's another kind of bondage. Well, with that, Merry Christmas, my friends. It is Christmas Eve. Tonight I'll be doing the Feast of Seven Fishes. I'll post pictures of that over the weekend or maybe Monday morning on the Daybreak Show. So that's my tradition. I do a Feast of Seven Fishes. Tomorrow I will go hiking. I'll be out in nature. I will be grounding. It's going to be a great weekend. I love the fact that Christmas and Christmas Eve, starts on Thursday. So this whole weekend is going to be very reflective for me. And then I'm going to be fasting from Christmas to New Year's. I'm excited about that. I'll eat on Christmas Day, but the day after Christmas, I will be doing some hardcore fasting to reset and reboot. If you want to join me, put your answer down below, if you're able to. So for me, that'll be about a week of fasting. Merry Christmas, my friends. I'll see you Monday morning on the Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason.